Alex, why is lithium so popular now?
Well, here's the thing. It's used in so many things. 36% of lithium is used in batteries, and that can be batteries from your power tools to your tablet to your electric car. It's also used in glass. Glass bottles that hold Coca-Cola, for example, are going to use lithium. It's used in medication. It reduces noise for air conditioners and space shuttles. It's used in defibrillators. So anything that you can think of, it's pretty much used in. But really, batteries is where the growth is going to be. About 1/10 of an ounce is used in phone batteries, 50 pounds for an electric car, and there are almost going to be about 20 million electric cars will hit the road by 2025. That's from hybrids to plug-ins, really going to help drive overall lithium consumption, which could grow about 9% a year. You brought up Tesla, Elon Musk. Well, his battery gigafactory alone could actually eat up 17% of current output. That's according to Goldman Sachs.
17%. Okay, Alex, just hang on, because Ryan, look, you were there right from the start with Tesla Motors, and now you are building electric buses. Is this supply or a possible supply constraint? Is that what keeps you up at night here on lithium?
No, I think we've found lithium to be a very stable commodity and source of technology for our transit buses. I think one of the things that's greatly benefited us is other industries have come before us in terms of scaling up and delivering mass quantities of high-quality lithium ion. So if you look at the history of lithium ion, it was really first developed for the consumer electronics industry. It was companies like Tesla that commercialized lithium ion into cars, and then it's companies like Proterra that are taking that technology into infrastructure vehicles. So the nice thing about it is it's a multi-billion-dollar industry already.
Yeah.
It's a very sophisticated, high-quality industry, and you've got great companies supplying it.
What do you make of Elon Musk's plan for a $5 billion gigafactory?
Well, to me, I think it makes a lot of sense. If you look at traditional car companies, they want to control their drivetrain technology and they want to control vehicle design. For Tesla, as they continue to grow their volume in electric vehicles, they're going to selectively move into the core technologies that really can make or break their future. So, you know, I have not been a part of Tesla Motors for over 4 years now,
right,
but their strategy to me has always made sense in terms of owning the core technologies. First, it was motor, battery pack, and electronics, and now they're moving upstream one step. No different from a conventional car company that would want to own and control its engine technology.
The issue, though, is, Betty, is that the bulk of supply is controlled by 4 big producers. At the end of the day, it is quite difficult to actually get lithium out of the ground. Good assets are very difficult. You have to be in high altitude. You're near volcanic sites, old volcanic sites. It's a very challenging environment. Also, because of this, lithium is incredibly expensive. About half of the price you're going to pay for an electric car is due to lithium. So until that rebalances, this mass adoption we keep talking about could be very difficult.
Well, that's exactly, you hit the nail on the head there, Alex. I mean, Ryan, you know, you mentioned it's been years since you've been at Tesla Motors, but how is Elon Musk going to create a Model 3 $35,000 car when so much of that cost, which hasn't really come down, is the battery? How's he going to make his money on this?
Well, I actually think if you look closely at the numbers, the battery pack cost for Tesla and all of the electric vehicle companies has come down dramatically. I started with Tesla in the summer of 2007, and when I left, that number had moved pretty significantly. If you just look at the publicly available information now, their cost has come down dramatically since 2010 when I was last with the company. For us at Proterra, the cost of a battery pack is not the challenge. We have a 2 to 4 year payback for our customers because we're offsetting $50,000 of diesel fuel consumption per year. So the industry's made steady gains both at the pack level and at the individual cell level. The other thing I'd add is you can recycle lithium-ion batteries. You can't recycle oil or natural gas after you burn it. So this supply chain, you're going to build all these vehicles. These packs will come back and they'll go back into the supply chain.
So tell me, what did you learn from your time at Tesla Motors and from working on the Roadster? What did you learn from that you apply now to these electric city buses that you're selling to various urban governments?
So I'd say 3 lessons from Tesla were very important for me. One was how to run and operate a lean startup. You've got to be very capital efficient, especially if you're in a hardware business. So that's one of the things we pay very careful attention to at Proterra. How much do we spend on plant property and equipment, and how do we manage working capital? The second thing I'd say we really think about quite a bit is how to say no to a lot of the opportunities out there. When you have a breakthrough in technology, it's once you get that initial breakthrough, it's really easy to start chasing adjacent markets. So the lesson of really focusing on your core, that's an important part of our strategy. We have a huge market right here in front of us in the U.S., and we're going after it with a lot of concentration. And then the last thing I would add is just that it's very important to focus in on the most important aspects of your technology and your product and really get your hands around those systems.
Right.
You can't outsource it prematurely, and that's what we do at Proterra. We own the battery pack, we own manufacturing, we own engineering.
And, a lot of this is still not well adapted, right? I mean, the mass market still hasn't adapted electric cars, but there's been a lot of hype, you could say, around Tesla Motors itself, and you were there, you mentioned, for the early part. You helped bring that company to its IPO. We have a stock chart, Ryan, of how the stock has done since the IPO. It's up almost 1,300%. Did you think it would get that high, that there'd be that much fuel behind this stock? And does that raise concerns for a company?
Well, my expertise is in operational finance and strategy, so I am not an equity analyst. I'd say in the long term, it doesn't surprise me at all that Tesla is and will continue to be a valuable company. And I think that's due to the size of the market it's addressing and also the size of the problem it's going after. I mean, if you look at how dependent we still are on crude oil, I think what Tesla's trying to solve is one of the most valuable problems in industry.